Welcome once again to another episode of Yemi's House Berlin. I feel excited and happy to be back, though it's been a while that we've not been on air, but it's happy to be back. We went for some researches to to seek knowledge, to know more. It's always good to learn. So I went to learn more, to acquire more, to know more. So that was why I've been around. Not that anything happened to me. I'm in perfect health, good health, I'm kicking. So thanks to those who felt so concerned and who reached out to me to ask why I've not been on air for a while. And nothing no, because can't pay more. So there's a saying in Indonesia that says ada asap, ada api. It means no smoke, no fire. And 3 days ago, that was May 21st to be precise, was my birthday. So thanks to all those who sent in well wishes, messages, and those who sent me gifts. Thanks so much. To I never knew so many people loved me like that. Me, mo pa àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ fẹ́ràn mi tó yẹn. But thanks a lot. And sadly, it was on that same day that Nigeria lost its newly appointed Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atairu. May God grant the family the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss, not only to the family, to Nigeria as a whole. So, call me Atairu si afẹ́fẹ́ rere. And our topic for today has to do with that area because, as you see, I said insensate mishaps happening with the Nigerian military aircraft. Because if you look at it, we know the last couple of years we've had like 3 to 4 plane crashes. We had this helicopter with this young girl. We had this fighter jet that happened early this year, and now we have this one with the Chief of Army Staff. And the question I'm asking is, despite the huge amount of money being poured into the procurement of all these equipment and all these planes, yet we keep having mishaps, we keep having plane crashes. I mean, it's so one needs to ask this question: why? Is it due to mechanical maintenance or inexperience on the part of the pilots? Or what is really going on? This is a question that needs to be asked. We can, and these are not airplanes of thousands. They cost billions of naira. So if you have something of billions of naira and you cannot really maintain or take care of it, like they always say, Nigerians, we believe more in destruction than construction. And if we see that we keep buying, and we don't maintain them, it's not a good thing. And we can see probably due to the laxity or the part of the mechanical department of the Nigerian Armed Forces, maybe that's the reason for this mishap. I can't really blame anybody for now because this has not been, they said it was bad weather, but all these planes, I mean, they are fitted with, weather reading equipment on. I mean, in the cockpit, they have they are well stocked, sophisticated, up to date. So it's quite baffling when they say it got crashed due to bad weather conditions, and which I find so funny because on that day there was no indication that there was bad weather because the sky was all right, and that calls for concern if they said it was due to plane mishap. I mean, to bad weather, and apart from that, the national anthem of Nigeria says, "Arise, O compatriots, Nigerians call obey, to serve our father's land." And there was a place they said, "The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain." But if you look at it right now, these are our heroes, even the ones still alive. They are not being celebrated. How much more the ones that are dead? It's like their honor is in vain. Because if you look at Atairu, it's like his honor, his service to his country was all in vain. Because if the president of the nation finds it difficult to attend the burial of the chief of army staff, the man in charge of his army, if he finds it difficult to attend, which is just 15 miles away from Aso Rock, and he can fly all the way to Paris for a 4-day meeting. And Moshibajo, the vice president, too, was unavailable. His presence was not there. I mean, if the president cannot attend, definitely the vice should be able to fill in that space. But both of them were amiss, and that sends a very, very bad message, not only to Nigerians but to the international communities too. Like, it shows the lackadaisical attitude of our president to the plight and to the service of those who are really, really putting in their best for Nigeria. And I believe he has advisors and people around him, and I just wonder what they are really, really doing there. Because if at this particular point in Nigerians' history, because this will, at the end, one way or the other, it's going to end up being history. And I believe it will go down in the book of history that there was once a president who was ruling the country as if he doesn't care. Because apart from the fact that there's no security in that country, there is poverty, I mean, injustice, all kinds of things that makes one wonder if Nigeria really has someone that is really, really leading it. And if the ship of that country continues to sail on this same course, then definitely it's going to sink. It's going to capsize. I don't see how this ship will get to, as Yoruba will say, Obute Ogo. I don't see how that ship will get there. And that's why I believe there are lots of secessionists right now calling for secession. Well, that is another topic for another day, but I'm coming out basically today to address this issue of our president's insensitivity to issues that demands utmost attention. You know, even if he doesn't even like Atairu, even if he never supported probably his agenda or his, I don't know, whatever his plan, he doesn't have to make it so obvious. Or, you know, why would you as a president refuse to go to your chief of army staff's burial? Only, and you know, our president is fond of doing something. Whenever there is something like that, he's very good on going on phone and calling the family of the bereaved and, you know, condoling with them. He's very, very good at that. But he's very poor at showing his presence when most needed and deserved. So all I'm trying to say in a nutshell is we as Nigerians, though I don't live there presently, but I'm still one. We as Nigerians, do we still feel this pride as a Nigerian? Can you still stand tall anywhere in the world and say, I'm a Nigerian? Can you die for your country? Are we patriotic to the extent of dying for our country? Because we could see that dying for Nigeria is just like you just lose. It's just like your family will lose, you too, you will lose. It's just like serving the nation It's not worth it right now. And we see that even the Boko Harams, the terrorists, whenever they lose their soldiers or their comrades or whatever, they are bereaved. They, you see them being sad. They hold prayers. You see them, you see that, you see that, you see that pain in them. Whereas our own president, you don't even see any sign of any sign of sympathy, any sign of pain when anybody dies, when there is death. He doesn't go there. He doesn't care. The next thing he's thinking about how to get out of the country to go attend one meeting on the other. I mean, a president is supposed to be an exemplary figure, but I don't think anybody now will say, I want to be like Buhari. I don't think so. So, I mean, if he does not think of anything, he should please think of posterity. Well, I will not be shocked if he doesn't get it, because if you look inside the constitution, it says that anybody that wants to vie for the post of the presidency should at least have a secondary school leaving school certificate. But our incumbent has only primary six, and we all know he was only able to substantiate it with just a picture he had in a classroom. So when we have a leader like that, and we have the chief judge of the federation happens to be a man who is a graduate of Sharia law, who never practiced law apart from Sharia law, where we have almost 75 million of the population who are, ardent and strict followers of the Sharia law, because in Nigeria we have 12 states already that have adopted the Sharia law. And don't forget, Sharia law is among the laws we use in Nigeria, because we have customary common English law and Sharia law. So for those who don't know, Sharia law is one of the laws we are using in Nigeria, because so many people, they are wondering, oh, why Sharia, why Sharia? It is one of the laws we are using in Nigeria, and 12 states already have them. And when you had the population of the 12 states, we come up to like 74.9 million, approximately 75 million out of 200 million. And we all know that Nigeria has the highest population of Muslims in the whole of West Africa. And 60% of the landmass belongs to the Hausas, which predominantly they are Muslims. So if you come to think of it, all these insurgencies and all these Islamist extremists, and all these Islamic extremists, all these extremists, all these I call them monsters, all these monsters, all these jihadists, from the north, who believe so much in this Sharia law, believe since they own 60% of the landmass, they are entitled to practice their belief and impose it on us. Though Section 10 of the Nigerian Constitution says that the federal government or the state of or the states, the federal government or government of a state should not impose any religion on any persons. But as you can see, the reverse is the opposite in Nigeria, because though it's the constitution, but that constitution is not being adhered to, because if you see, Sharia law is being imposed on people forcefully. So it contradicts the constitution. But that is not what I'm really trying to talk about today, because on our next show, I will try and invite a constitutional lawyer to come over and really, really delve into this gray area, because one needs to understand why the president is even going against the constitution he promised to uphold. Because there are so many sections there, because if one looks at it, if one knows the constitution, if one really knows what the constitution entails, I believe some of the problems, some of the impunity that is being perpetrated by these lawbreakers, because I call them lawbreakers, not lawmakers, that we voted in, I think then we can do something about it. So my people, don't I don't want anyone to get me wrong. It's just my own observation from my own perspective, which I believe if you go and study and educate yourself and try to inform yourself about you, I believe we will all be on the same page. I mean, I believe you will be on the same page with me. And if you have a different opinion, I mean, opinion is a free market competition whereby I always enjoy it when you can make we can share ideas and share views and reason together, because three good, five, six good heads are better than one. And I believe if we all come together and we deliberate, we might find a way out of all this jabajantis that we find ourselves in Nigeria. And today I don't have much to say. It's just about, because I feel so bad that the president is not living up to the expectation that was expected of him years back. Because I mean, you would not believe it that someone who contested five times and he eventually achieves, his aim will be like this. Someone who sat down with poor people who really, I mean, he knew, and he knew, because I would think that if he knows what it means to be poor, because there was a time he himself, he was close to the masses, and he knew what those days when he was the chairman of Petroleum Trust Fund, he knew what was really going on in the system. And it's quite amazing right now that he has he's at the helms of affairs of a nation. He's acting contrary to what many people expected of him. And there is no sign that it will change. So, my people, let's just use it as a food of thought. Like, will you still say you can die for Nigeria now? Will you still say you are proud to be a Nigerian right now? Because we all know Nigeria, anywhere you say it right now, is like they look at you. Even if you travel overseas right now, you get to any point of entry. Once you show your green passport, they put you aside, and you go to a rigorous body searching and everything. For those people who have experienced it, they know what I mean. I've been a victim of that so many times, but there's nothing you can do, because until that country gets better, we'll be seeing things like that day in, day out. And we can shout, we can scream, but ili Latin cash already. And as you can see, I have a very beautiful clothes on, and came from a sponsor all the way from Africa. And the person is from Senegal. And I'm really shocked because, says he enjoyed this program and decided to send down some beautiful African clothes. And an example of that is this that I'm putting on right now. And the outfit sponsor is YB17. And that YB17 is a secret I'll not let out right now. But it's a design coming out very soon, and it's going to be from YB17. So people, watch out, and very soon you'll be seeing this more often on people. And I just want you to know that it's being done by an African who is who cannot walk, is crippled, but he did not use that as a limitation to his success, and he still is using that his inability to be able to make something out of him, out of life for himself. And that's why I'm proud to associate myself with such a person, because you have lots of people with such deformities and they decide to go begging for harms, and they just give up on themselves. But he is not. And that's why I am throwing my full weight behind them. So, people, I want you to patronize them, and you can always, for more inquiries, Mind you, I'm not collecting money. I'm not doing business with it. So don't get me twisted. I am not selling clothes. I'm not doing business clothes. I'm just telling you, okay, there is someone who knows how to do good things. And if you're interested, you are free to inquire and you are free to link up with him. That's all. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks once again for joining me and being part of Yemi's house again. And like I said, next time on this show, we will be going more into the Nigerian Constitution to really discuss some sections and some subsections about it. And don't forget, in life, don't give up until all is up. And like I always tell you, my name is Yemi. Wọn ò dẹ̀ ní fi ẹlòmíì ṣe mí. Until next time, peace, yo.